Good morning, students. We are going to start with the 15th chapter of Maths, Data Handling. Pictorial representation of data. We can express a given information in many ways. We may express it in words, symbols, pictures, and through graphs, etc. To represent information through graphs, we use picture symbols, points, bars, etc. So, whenever we are given with any kind of information, we can express it in many ways, and when we use the way of expressing it in terms of words, symbols, or pictures or graphs, we say it pictorial representation of data. We call it pictorial representation of the given data. It is used for the purpose of quick and clear understanding and making comparisons. So whenever we are going for the pictorial representation of any kind of data, it becomes more clear and it becomes more quicker to understand and to make the comparison between the given two set of data. In pictorial representation, the same type of pictures or symbols are often used to represent a specific number of objects. So basically, whenever we talk about a pictorial representation, if we want to specify more than one number of object or two or one number or as many numbers, we use a special symbol, one kind of symbol, in order to denote that particular kind of object. For example, a picture or a symbol may represent 1 or 5 or 10 or any other number of objects. Picture symbols are usually simple, clear, and self-explanatory. Suppose if I say that I am drawing a circle and this one circle means 10 points. So it becomes more easier to understand that if we are given with 4 circles, then it means we have 40 points. Why? Because each circle denotes 10 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 into 10 would be 40. We can clearly understand this with the help of the following example given below. Example number 1, we are given below the information about 240 students of a school using different modes of transportation to come to school. So basically we are given with the information about 240 students who are basically using 4 kinds of different transportation in order to come to school. So it has been given that 200 students are using school vans, 80 students are using auto rickshaws, 40 students are using bicycle, and 20 students come on their own by foot. So there is a chart given below. The above information can be depicted by a pictograph shown as below. So basically, as you can see, the child faces are being given as a point of symbol, and below it is written in the above pictograph, one face represent 10 students. So basically we can conclude it as, if this 1 means 10, then how many would this mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 faces in the school vans. That means 10 into 10 means 100, and here we are given with the 100 number of students who travel or who come to school by school vans. Similarly, we are giving with the auto rickshaws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 into 10 would be 80, and we have 80 students who come by auto rickshaw. Similarly for the bicycles and on foot. So on the basis of the chart given before, the following types of question can be asked. The first question: by what mode of transport most of the students come to school? So as we already saw that by school vans there were 100 number of students who come to school. So what we will write? We will write by school vans. The answer would be school vans, since out of 240 students, 100 students come by school vans. So most of the students come to school by school vans. The second question: how many more students travel to school by bicycles than on foot? So number of students who were given who travel by bicycles, हमें पीछे दिया हुआ था कि number of students जो bicycle से travel करते हैं वो कितने थे? 40. And number of students who come to school on foot, they were given as 20. So what we have to do? We have to find out कि bicycle से कितने ज़्यादा लोग आते हैं if we will compare with the number of students who come to school on foot. So on comparing, for the purpose of comparing or for the purpose of taking out the difference, हमें जब भी difference निकालना होता है, what do? We always subtract. So we will subtract the number of students who travel by bicycles and the number of students who come to school on foot, and 40 minus 20 would be 20. So we can say that 20 स्टूडेंट्स ज़्यादा बाईसाइकिल से आते हैं rather than foot if we are comparing them on foot. Third question, how many students go to school by van then by auto rickshaws? Again same kind of question has been asked, which was asked to us in the previous question for the bicycle and foot. Here they have asked for vans and auto rickshaws. So it was given that number of students who go to school by vans, it was 100. Number of students who go to school by auto rickshaws is 80. So basically again we have to find the difference, that how many more students come to school by school vans. So for taking out the difference we always subtract. So number of students who go to school by vans then by auto rickshaw would be 100 minus 80, that is 20. तो 20 बच्चे ज़्यादा आते हैं वैन से when if we are going to compare it with the auto rickshaws. So basically this is the way how we solve any question on the basis of the data given to us. And so as our exercise starts from here, again the following pictograph represents the number of ice creams eaten by 5 children in last month. So five children had these number of ice creams, and below it is given each ice cream represents 3 ice cream, means this one single ice cream denotes 3 ice creams. So 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 3 12, 12 plus 3 15, 15 plus 3 is 18, 18 plus 3 is 21, 21 plus 3 is 24, 24 plus 3 is 27, and 27 plus 3 is 30. So basically Vasu eat 30 ice creams. Or you can simply do in this form 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 into 3, since each ice cream represents 3 ice creams, so 10 into 3 30. Simply you can take out that Vasu had 30 ice creams. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 into 3. So simply we can say that Vineet had 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 into 3 18 ice creams. Similarly 1 2 3 4 and 4 into 3 is 12. 3 into 2 is 6 and 3 into 3 is 9. So these are the number of ice creams which the 5 children had in the last month. Now few questions are being asked on the basis of this particular pictograph. How many ice cream did Vasu eat? We already calculated that he had 30 ice creams. How many more ice creams did Vineet eat than Tushar? Vineet ने कितनी ज़्यादा ice creams खाई if we are going to compare it with Tushar? तो विनीत ने कितनी खाई थी? 18 and Tushar had 9. So 18 minus 9 is 9. So basically the difference between Vineet's ice cream and Tushar's ice cream is 9. How many ice creams did Vasu and Tushar eat all together? All together means दोनों ने साथ में कितनी ice creams खाई? So Vasu and Tushar. Vasu had 30 ice creams and Tushar had 9 ice creams. So 30 plus 9 is 39. So we will write the total number of ice creams with which Vasu and Tushar eat all together is 39. Who ate the maximum ice creams? It was very clear that Vasu had the maximum number of, maximum means सबसे ज़्यादा. So सबसे ज़्यादा ice creams किसने खाई थी? Vasu ने. So we will write Vasu. How many less ice creams did Kapil eat than Vineet? कपिल ने कितनी कम आइसक्रीम्स खाई थी if it is given that we compare it with Vineet's ice cream. So Vineet had basically 18 ice creams and Kapil had 12 ice creams. So again we have to find the difference, since उसमें पूछा गया है कि कितनी कम आइसक्रीम खाई थी कपिल ने विनीत से. तो अगर उसने 18 खाई थी, उसने 12 खाई, तो डिफरेंस क्या होगा? 18 minus 12 and 18 minus 12 is 6. So कपिल ने 6 आइसक्रीम्स कम खाई थी as compared to Vineet. So in this way you have to solve all the questions. Below the question given about the electric shop owner, about the mobiles, you have to solve it on your own. It is given in the same manner as we did before. The only difference is in this question it was given each ice cream represents 3 ice creams, and here it is given each mobile, this mobile represents 20 mobiles, means 1 2 3 4 5. So 20 into 5 is 100. Or if you want to add simply, then 20 plus 20 40, 40 plus 60 is 40 plus 20 60, 60 plus 20 80, 80 plus 20 is 100. So if one mobile means 20, then how much will 5 mobile means? Simply you have to multiply 20 into 5, again 20 into 3, so this will be 60. 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 20 into 6 is 120. 1 2 3 4 5 6, again 120. 20 into 6. And similarly we have written down all the answers on the basis of the number of calculations which we did. Try to solve it on your own. It is just same as we did in the previous question. I would like to take up the E question. How many mobiles were sold from January to April? So we have to calculate all the 4 months, 1 2 3 4, because they have asked that how many total mobiles they sold from the month January to April. So all the months will be counted since they have asked for January to April. Suppose if they would have asked for January till March, then we would have calculated till January, February and March till here. That means 100, 60 and 120. But they have asked about all the 4 months. So 100 plus 60 plus 120 plus 120 is 400. So we will write 400, that the shopkeeper sold 400 mobiles from January to April. Rest of the questions are similar as we did before. In which month were the maximum mobiles sold? So we can clearly see that in the month of March and April we can clearly see that they sold 120. सबसे ज़्यादा मोबाइल उन्होंने मार्च और अप्रैल में बेचे, जो कि था 120, बिकॉज फरवरी में 60 था, January has 100, so basically 120 is more than 60 and 100. So simply we will write March and April, because in both the months they sold the same number of mobiles, which is 120 and which is the highest among all. Now coming to the third question, the pictograph given below shows the number of cricket balls a shopkeeper sells in 6 days. Read the pictograph and answer the following questions. So in this question we have been given that there is one shopkeeper who sells cricket balls and he sold few cricket balls for 6 days from Monday to Saturday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. We have been given that how many balls did he sell on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and each ball represent 10 balls, means एक ball का, this one ball means 10, so 10 10 10 and so on. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 into 10 will be 60. That means he sold 60 balls on Monday. Now 1 2 3, so 10 into 3, he sold 30 balls on Tuesday. 1 2 3, and since each ball represents 10 ball, each ball means 10 balls, so 10 into 3, or you can simply add 10 plus 10 20, 20 plus 10 is 30. You can do in both the ways, but since multiplication would be much easier, because if you have so many number of balls or more than 10 number of balls or more than 10 number of objects, it will become difficult for you to add. So simply go for the multiplication, it would be more easier for you. Wednesday 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 into 10 50, so he sold 50 balls on Wednesday. 4 means 40 balls, 2 means 20 balls, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 80 balls. So we have calculated that how many balls did he sell on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Now we will solve the questions given below. How many balls were sold on Monday? We can simply find out that he sold 60 balls on Monday, so we are right, we will write 60. How many less balls were sold on Thursday than on Wednesday? Again similar kind of question has been asked, which we did before also in the previous question also, that उसने कितनी कम बॉल बेची थर्सडे को इफ़ वी विल कंपेयर इट विद वेडनेसडे. तो हम देख सकते हैं, वी कैन क्लियरली सी दैट ही सोल्ड 30 balls on Tuesday and 50 balls on Wednesday. So clearly it can be seen, the difference can be seen, that he sold 20 more balls on Wednesday. How did we get this 20? 50 minus 30. So 50 minus 30 is 10. Sorry, it has been asked about Thursday and Wednesday. I misunderstood. Sorry. We will continue with this Thursday and Wednesday. So we can clearly see that he sold 40 balls on Thursday and 50 balls on Wednesday. So clearly we can take out the difference, 50 minus 40, which means 10. So he sold 10 more balls on Wednesday if we will compare it with Thursday. So we will write 10. How many balls were sold on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday all together? Again together means एक साथ. That means उसने Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday को total कितनी balls बेची? So simply we will do 30 plus 50 plus 40 and we will get 120. On what day maximum number of balls was sold and how many? सबसे ज़्यादा balls कौन से दिन बिकी? Clearly we can see that he sold 80 balls on Saturday and they've asked that you have to write the day. So first you will write Saturday. He sold maximum balls on Saturday and how many, मतलब उसने कितनी बेची, comma 60, because they have asked two questions altogether. They have put end, that means they have asked two questions altogether, so accordingly we will answer. Now the question number 4, it is same as we did the previous questions and you have to do it on your own. Now the next topic, recording data using telemarks. When the number is large, drawing pictures is not easy. जब हमारे पास बहुत सारे नंबर्स होते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल अभी तक हमने ये जो टेबल में देखा, मैक्सिमम हमारे पास 10 ऑब्जेक्ट्स थे इन पर्टिकुलर वन कॉलम. बट सपोज इफ़ वी हैव 100 balls in one row or one column, then it would become difficult for us to calculate or to depict the data or even to record the data. For the purpose of recording also, recording means उसको लिखने में भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. इफ़ you have to draw 100 balls, it would be more tedious and so in order to make it easier, we use telemarks. These bars are called telemarks. Each group of telemarks has 5 marks. The 5th mark crosses the other 4 to keep the group together. So basically we use telemarks. These are the bars so that we can, whenever the number is large or whenever the drawing part is not drawing pictures is not easy, we simply go for telemarks. Here below it is given that how do we draw telemarks. So when we want to draw it for one particular object or one number of object, one means one bar. This one denotes 1. If we will draw it 2 times, it denotes 2. If we will draw it 3 times, then it will denote 3 number of objects. If we denote it for 4 times, if we draw it for 4 times, it means 4 number of objects. But for the 5th time, what do we do? For the 5th time, we draw in this manner, 1 2 3 4 till 4 only. We draw. telemarks को रिकॉर्ड करने का जो तरीका होता है वो ऐसा होता है कि 4 बार हम एक साथ बना सकते हैं. We cannot draw one more. No, this is wrong. What do we do? 1 2 3 4 and for 5th we draw this. So how many did it become? 1 2 3 4 5. It means 5 because there are 5 bars in this. Again, if we want to draw the 6th bar, then what do we do? 1 2 3 4 5 and again 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We draw it till maximum 4 bars only, and for the 5th bar we make a cut in the 4 given bars, and this particular cut and drawing the bars known as telemarks. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, this particular full complete telemarks denotes 5 number of objects. So 5 plus 5 would be 10. So in this manner we draw. Suppose if we have to draw for 15, what we will do? For 15 objects we will do 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So 15. So we will solve one question on this basis. So in order to make it more clear that how do we draw telemarks, we will start with 15.2 number exercise. In a school they are given 7 classes and the number of students who like toffees are shown against each class. Express it in the following chart using telemarks. So basically we have been given the information about the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 classes and the number of students. We have to draw the telemarks for the number of students given in each class. So number of students इसमें कितने दिए हुए हैं? We have been given with 5. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. 4 1 2 3 4. 6 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. We will draw one single line, single bar. Why? Because this particular telemark denotes 5 and this one particular 6, so it will become complete as 6. Sorry, this denote single number 1 and this denotes 5. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So this will become 6. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5. So in this way you have to draw the tally marks. Similarly, the second number question. Following table shows the number of items sold by the post office in 1 hour on the working day expresses using tally marks. So हमें दिखाना है कि number of items जो उसने sold किए थे we have to express it in terms of tally marks. So stamps उसने कितने किए थे 9. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay. Envelopes 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Postcard 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Inland letters 4. 1 2 3 4. So this is a very simple way of representing the number of items in the form of tally marks. It makes to understand more in a easier form, and also we don't have to draw the pictures, which is a more difficult one if we have to draw for like very large data. So the third question is your homework. Please do it on your own. Here the number of students of class A of a school liking different games are given below. एक जो क्लास के बच्चे हैं, थर्ड ए क्लास के बच्चे हैं, यहाँ बताया गया है कि कितने बच्चों को क्रिकेट पसंद है, कितने बच्चों को हॉकी, फुटबॉल, चेस एंड बैडमिंटन. So simply you have to draw tally marks in this kind of a table. See 9, the same, this will come. For 4, this would come. For 6, this would come. For 2, simply you will draw 2 bars. For 3, simply you will draw 3 bars. For 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. 1 2 3 4. And for this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So simply you have to draw a tally marks table in this particular form. So here we complete this chapter. Please do practice in order to make it more clear.